Hey, what it do, sports world? It's me again. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, is here, y'all. Where passion meets performance and champions are made. I'm your host, Ray Diggs, bringing you the energy, the insight, and the mindset from across the world of sports. From the locker rooms to the big stage, this is where the real ones talk and legends rise, and the motto stays the same. Winners will always win. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. Make sure y'all tune in because we're about to go live now. Peace. Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. This ain't about sports right now, but before I get started, man, make sure y'all go hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button, and make sure y'all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment. But hey, listen, we got to talk about the Julio Foolio situation. As y'all know, the trial wrapped up on Friday. We got the verdict. The verdict is in. All four is pretty much was convicted and found guilty of all counts. The main one being first-degree murder. Also, they have a second degree as well. But now is when the real thing starts. The real thing starts this week, being that they're pretty much now going to see what their fate is going to be. Now, how this works is it's going to start on Monday. The first defendant will bring in however many people he wants to speak on his behalf. Those people will speak on his behalf, and they will pretty much talk all good stuff about him. Hey, yeah, he was a good kid in school. Hey, this kid right here was this kid was that. And then it will come down to whether the judge or the juries will go and deliberate again, and they will see whether they will serve life in prison or they will get death penalty, which death penalty is on the table in this trial. But on Friday, all four was found guilty. Now, I want to show y'all the videos of all four of them finding out their fate, finding out that they have been charged with first-degree murder, that they have been found guilty. Now, this right here is for y'all that want to pull these guns and want to, oh, yeah, I'm going to go slide on them. And I did a video a while back, and I talked about this, what the violence in Jacksonville is. Maybe 2 years ago, I started looking into the culture in Jacksonville, how so many murders was going pretty much they'll kill somebody and nothing happening. They were just pretty much like getting away with it. But this time they went to a different place in Jacksonville. They went down to Tampa and they committed a crime. And I said this right here months ago when Alicia Andrews was on there. I feel like Alicia Andrews would have been found guilty as well, because I think she knew what was going on. I think she knew what her boyfriend Isaiah Chance was getting ready to do. And I think that ultimately they went down there and crashed out. They wanted to take out Julio Foolio so bad that they did a whole entire sloppy mission. The whole mission was sloppy. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I listen to Julio Foolio music. I listen to Young and Ace's music. I don't like the way they disrespect the dead. I don't like the way they disrespect each other's hood. It's entertainment. But I don't look at you, oh, yeah, you need to go and do this. I'm not one of those fans that be like, yeah, you need to go and commit the crime. I think, honestly, they could have made more money, just keep going back and forth, keeping the fans entertained. I don't think they should have, went and commit the crimes that they was doing. Now, the entire 6 blocks is pretty much been deleted. Everybody's gone. Starting with Julio Foolio, who was killed 2 years ago. He's gone. And Young and Ace really is the last one left. Even though Young and Ace took a lot of hits with his brother and his best friend getting hit and ultimately he getting shot, but he's the last one left. Let's go back. As y'all know, y'all go back months ago, the trial of Queso, when his dad told on him. Queso is a part of Young and Ace's hood. He's a part of Young and Ace's ATK gang. So think about that. Queso, ATK Scotty, they both been sentenced to life in prison. Now we got these 4 defendants right here, which is, Rashad Murphy, the other Murphy, Isaiah Chance, and Sean Gathright. This is 4 people that's been charged with this murder of Julio Foolio. That is 6 lives being taken away from, and all these kids, all these young men, only one of them is actually over 30. The rest of them is under 20. They're under 30. Being that Murphy, the other Murphy guy, the mother Murphy, he's 29, but Sean Gathright, he's the youngest of the crew at like 19 or 21. He's the youngest of all of them, and he's about to get ready to serve a life sentence. And I'm gonna show y'all a video of him when reality starts to set in. When you think about it to yourself, damn, I'm getting out of prison. Now I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna start off with the first one, Isaiah Chance, when he got ready, when they read out his verdict. Look at their facial expression, people. Look at the way they was looking when they pretty much hit them with that guilty verdict. You can just think to them. You can look at the video and tell that they soul just left their bodies. But I'm gonna start off with Isaiah Chance. This is his.
The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. Did the state of Florida prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense? Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant?
Look at the way he's looking right here, people. Look at the way he's looking right here in this. Man, this dude looking up to himself. He thinking like, bro, did they just say that that I'm guilty of first-degree murder? Knowing that Florida is one of those states that if you get charged with first-degree murder, it's an automatic life sentence. That's the minimum. It's an automatic life sentence. And y'all got to understand, this ain't like Arkansas. Arkansas got this thing where if a life sentence, there's 25 years. Florida's life sentence is a life sentence, meaning you got to die, and then you go into whatever plantation that they're going to take you to, and they're going to bury you there. That's the way Florida works. Florida don't do the 25-year life sentence. No, life is life. But look at this kid face. And y'all got to understand, Isaiah Chance, Isaiah Chance really did not pull the trigger. He was just talking on the phone. So can y'all imagine just talking on the phone, planning this thing, and you get found with first-degree murder. You get found guilty of first-degree murder. Just think about it. Just look at his face right here. It's starting to set in. Reality is starting to set in.
Committed the crime for the purpose of benefiting, promoting, or furthering the interests of a criminal gang. Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 2, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged.
Listen, y'all. This man done got charged guilty of first-degree murder, a conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. He got charged with another attempted murder. So these dudes right here not only going to get life sentence, but they're going to get years behind the life sentence. That's just the first one. Now let's go to the youngest one out of all of them. This right here is Sean Gathright. He's the one that got caught with all the guns. He's the one, honestly, that they got first. They got him first because when everything happened, he still had the gun. And people, guess what? When the trial was going on, they showed this man right here inside the interrogation room, he done tore off his ankle brace. He done tried to get up. He tried to push the roof, tried to push the ceiling up to see can he get out of the interrogation room through the ceiling. This kid right here still had the bullets inside the gun. When they found the gun, they understood that, okay, it was no bullets at the scene besides the 9mm bullets, but everything else, which is the ARs, they did not have bullets at the scene because he had a casing catcher. Guess what? The guns, the bullets, the shell casings were still inside. They were still inside the shell casing when they caught Sean Gathright with the guns, y'all. Just imagine how stupid you gotta be to keep the bullets of a murder. And then not only this murder, they traced these bullets back. He tried to kill, he was the one who shot Julio Foolio 6 months before they killed him. This is him right here.
Defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged.
Look at his face, y'all.
During the commission of the offense,
all his
defendant personally carried, displayed, used, threatened to use, or attempt to use a firearm. Yes. During the commission of the offense, the defendant actually possessed a firearm. Yes. During the commission of the offense, did the defendant actually discharge a firearm? Yes. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 2, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder as charged. We, the jury, finds as follows.
It ain't no way that you can tell me that man right there, I'm gonna tell you something, when you close your eyes, you thinking to yourself like, bro, I am done. He's the youngest one out of all of them. I'm gonna show y'all a video at the end to where reality really starts to kick in, because now he understands. I'm not a kid no more. Do y'all know 5 or 6 years ago, he was on a zip line. They had a video of him on a zip lining. He was zip lining with his family. Come from a good family. It ain't like they came from bad families. They come from good families, but they chose the streets. And 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he was ziplining as a 14, 15-year-old. And now you're sitting in the middle of a courtroom with a judge, with juries that has found guilty of first-degree murder that's gonna probably carry a life sentence. Now we're gonna go to Rashad Murphy, the first Murphy. Now they're a little older, so their emotions probably ain't kicked in yet. When they went back to that jail, I bet you any kind of money, they was up in there probably beating the brakes off of that fucking walls. Because I'm gonna tell you something, once you get back to that jail, you thinking to yourself like, damn, bro, I just got found guilty of murder, dude. I ain't got found guilty of just regular, something basic, assault. I got found guilty of the M. Look at his face.
To count 1, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. During the commission of the offense, the defendant personally.
Y'all see when they read that guilty verdict, how his body, he took that one deep breath, and it's just like it just sunk down. His body just sunk down. Let me let y'all see it one more time when they read the verdict.
As to count 1, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. During the commission of the offense.
Y'all see how he just took that, man. He was like, damn, man. It's like when you about to get ready, how you about to get ready to go do a run and you got a boo-boo and you just holding it. And then when they finally, man, just let down. That's how this dude right here body was. And I'm gonna tell you something. He probably ain't showing no emotion yet, but I can damn sure tell you, them emotions gonna come.
The defendant personally carefully threatened to use, or attempt to use a firearm. Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant was a member or an associate of a criminal gang during the commission of the offense?
And the last one, y'all, the other Murphy. Now, this Murphy right here, right? The day before, he ended up getting into it with the next Murphy, which is their cousins. He ended up getting into it with him, telling him he burst out in the court talking about, you don't love me, y'all don't give a damn about me, you don't give a damn about me. So the judge had to ask him to be removed from the courtroom. So his emotion was already overflowing. So I can only imagine what this week is gonna look like. Now they won't be in suits no more, people. They won't be in these suits that they're in today. They're gonna be in those jumpsuits, shackled down now, because they've been already found guilty. So now you don't come in the courtroom with just shirts on. You come up in there with the jumpsuits on, and you come up in there with the shackles on. But let's look at the last one.
96E, Trial Division 1, verdict form. We, the jury, finds as follows as to count 1, victim Charles Jones.
Y'all want to know something before they read the verdict? He already know he was found guilty. You want to know how he know? Because all the other 3 had been found guilty. See, once everybody has already been found guilty, but I'm gonna be honest, I think that he had the best. That lawyer that's sitting right there beside him, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's a damn good lawyer. The lawyer that's the white guy right here sitting right here beside him is a damn good lawyer. I'm gonna be honest with you, because watching this trial, if you did not know, they would make you second guess that he probably wasn't involved. But then when you see the other evidence, you think to yourself, he was definitely involved. But his lawyer really battled against, his lawyer was the only one, honestly, that pretty much can say, okay, he fought for his client. But the prosecution did a hell of a job in this case. The prosecution brought BTA. And I think that honestly, if they had this same team with the dude leading from the first day, I think Alicia Andrews would have got found guilty as well. And I think that this case right here was an open and closed case, even though they took like 8 hours for deliberation. But this case right here wasn't that hard to pretty much find them guilty. But we're gonna go ahead and listen to the verdict.
Follows as to count 1, victim Charles Jones. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. If during the commission of the offense, the defendant personally carry. Did the defendant personally carry?
Look at my eyes. I'm gonna make a video, y'all, for all the youngsters out there. I'm gonna make a video for all the youngsters out here, and it's gonna be all of their facial expressions as they get read, that you've been found guilty of first-degree murder, and you most likely gonna spend the rest of your life in jail. I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna post it on my social media, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm posting it, because these youngsters nowadays don't understand. They don't get it. They pick up these guns and go to these places, and they don't have no regard to life. The way these dudes did this crime, good thing that only one person died. Good thing that only one person died, because the way they were shooting, they could have damn near took out way more than what they took out. With how they came, it was all sloppy. And if y'all look back at this trial, they mentioned Young and A's name a lot in this trial. Young and A's name was mentioned so much in this trial, but guess what? Young and Ace is still free. Why these dudes right here, just think about it. You about to go eat hot dogs and pork and beans. Shit that don't even go together. Hot dogs don't even go with pork and beans unless you eat shit like that. I don't eat stuff like that. See, but then they don't understand what freedom is, how good it is to be free. Where you can wake up in the middle of the night, go get you a sandwich out the refrigerator, get you a glass of water, get you some juice if you want to. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand how free, how amazing it is to be free. But let's listen to the rest of it before I don't want to start preaching.
Display used to threaten to use, or attempt to use a firearm. Yes. Did the state prove beyond a reason?
The state proved it. I'm gonna tell y'all like the state proved it. The state proved everything that they said. The state proved that they all committed this crime. They drove all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, all the way to Tampa, Florida. But I'm gonna tell you the biggest mistake that they made. I think if they would have did this in Jacksonville, to be honest, I do not think they would have got caught. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I do not think that they would have got caught if they committed this crime, same crime in Jacksonville. Did y'all know that Jacksonville have a 70% rate of crimes that go unsolved? 70%. Yeah, I looked it up. The stats. 70% of the crimes that happen in Jacksonville, Florida, do not get solved. So that tells me if they would have committed this same crime in Jacksonville, that they would have got away with it. But no, they needed to get Foolio. They had a saw option. They said, you know what? He's gonna have a party. We're gonna go down there. They stalked Foolio all night. And they saw the perfect chance, which wasn't even it really wasn't a perfect chance. But they were so antsy to get this crime taken care of that they had to get him where they got him at. I don't think Julio Foolio I don't think he really was a threat like they made him out to be. Was he disrespectful? Yes. But did y'all know that Julio Foolio didn't he damn near had a clean record. Like this dude never really been arrested. I think dude might have had like a ticket or something. Like it ain't like he out here just, like the King Bond and the 051 Nellies. This dude right here was just a person that disrespected people in his music. And they had to go out of their way, drive all the way from Jacksonville to Tampa, Florida to carry out this crime. And now look at him. This next video, y'all, this is the last video. This right here was Sean Gathright as everybody was leaving the courtroom. This video right here probably gonna follow him forever. You want to know why? Because now reality is setting in. Now he knows I ain't never getting out. Police sitting there around him. He's emotional. Oh man, the tears are flowing. Yes, sir. When I see this right here, it makes me think of a song. What's that song called? Cry me a river. Cry me a river, baby. Look at him. He crying a river in the courtroom. But at the end of the day, he didn't give a damn. because I'm gonna tell y'all what he posted after he got done with Julio Foolio. He posted a Don Julio bottle. He trolled. He went to the club, trolled, reposting Young and Ace's song that he made right after the murder. Young and Ace didn't even give y'all, he didn't even give them 24 hours. Young and Ace posted that song around about 7 hours after the murder. And guess what? They played that song and all of this evidence in court. So basically, all these dudes crashed out over a gang war. They said that the reason why, and the damning evidence, was one of the Murphy boys. He was telling them that his aunt, his grandma, they could not sleep. You know, they had a heart attack. One of them had a heart attack because of the song that Julio Foolio was coming out with. So you had a motive. So that means you would have went out of your way to go and take this problem. Because you want to know why? Because he was affecting your family members by disrespecting your cousin. And that's right there when I knew that they had them. This verdict right here was not easy. It was not hard. It was an easy verdict. But the thing about it was, these dudes crashed out and they pretty much left a slew of evidence. Not only, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, when y'all commit crimes nowadays, you need to understand that you probably gonna see that eye in the sky gonna probably get everything that you do. Starting with Sean Gathright. They had a picture of him even going down there. They had a picture of Lisa Andrews and Isaiah Chance coming out of the Airbnb. They had a picture of all of them leaving the next morning after the murder. They had a picture of Isaiah Chance and Leah Andrews stalking Julio Foolio in the club, in the parking lot, you know, going to the club, but don't go inside the club. Then they had also with them outside on the other side of the street of the Home 2 suite. Where Julio Foolio was ultimately killed at. They was on the other side, making the call, telling the killers the way he was at. The killers pull up. They show this. They showed him exiting the vehicle. And I'm going to tell y'all one thing, man. This right here had to been God's work. Because you see that they have Tesla footage, 4K, of them moving. The way they was moving around to get Julio Foolio. All 4 shooters. You took 4 shooters to finally get him, because this night right here, they said, you know what? We're not going to let Julio Foolio leave Tampa, Florida without us taking his life. They said Julio will leave, but he's going to leave in a body bag. And I think that's right there with ultimately the decision that they had made. And I think that that's the reason why they crashed out and did what they did. It's kind of like the Sloppy Fives, when they went down there to take out Carton Weekly, which was FBG Duck. They needed to get rid of FBG Duck that day. So you know what? We're gonna go and we'll shoot up a busy neighborhood in the middle of Chicago's suburban shopping area, knowing damn well that they was gonna track that back to them. See, these dudes nowadays, they'll be so antsy to get the crime done that they'll crash out. And that's exactly what these young men right here did. And in the end, they're gonna most likely, I'm gonna predict, I'm gonna put a vote, I'm gonna put a poll up on what I think that these all four of these young men is gonna get. I don't think they're gonna get life. I don't think they're gonna get the death penalty, even though the death penalty is on the table. I'm gonna go with, I think they're gonna give them life for the first-degree murder, and I think that they're gonna pile on years for the attempted second-degree murder, the conspiracy to commit murder. So I'm gonna go with, I think they're gonna give them a life sentence plus about 25 to 30 years. Each one of them, I think they'll get life plus 25 or life plus 30. That's what I think that it's gonna be. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And like I said before, man, we're gonna talk a little bit more. One more video. I'm gonna do one more on this situation. And like I said, Alicia Andrews was the luckiest one out of this whole entire thing, because Alicia Andrews was the first one that went. Now, if I was the prosecution, I would have fought to get Alicia Andrews on this trial as well. I think that if they could have got Rashard Murphy, his own trial by himself, I think that he had a better chance than the rest of them. Maybe him and Isaiah Chance, I think they probably had a better chance than the rest of them. Isaiah Chance probably had the Alicia Andrews type of I think he had the Alicia Andrews type of fate. I think that honestly, if he had his own trial, he got on the stand and maybe they feel sorry for him and they pretty much don't charge him, maybe charge him with second degree. But in the end, he ended up going to trial with all the rest of them. And that right there was ultimately the reason why he was found guilty of first degree murder. He was the one that honestly I think did the less, but I think that what he did by calling around, telling them, hey, come here, hey, come there, he was really the one that put the entire thing in play. You can say that he didn't pull the trigger, but it's damn near just like he pulled the trigger because he was the one who put them in place for them to pull the trigger. Because if he don't make that call and tell them that Julio Foolio is at the home 2 suite, then they don't come to the home 2 suite. They don't get him at the home 2 suite. So I think that when you look at the entire thing, you cannot feel sorry. And I don't feel sorry for neither side. I don't feel sorry for Julio Foolio's side, and I don't feel bad for these young men right here that got found guilty. And the reason why is because you got a decision to make. You got to understand when you pick up a gun, when you go and you say, what, I'm going to slide, you got to understand that there's a consequence that come behind every decision that you make. When you shoot, when you pull that trigger and that bullet, you need to know where that bullet is going. If you don't know where that bullet is going, you just might have risked your entire life. And this is exactly what these dudes right here did. They went down there with a motive. They went down there to finish off Julio Foolio. And did they accomplish that goal? They did. But it also cost them their life as well. Yes, Julio Foolio is not here no more. Julio Foolio is gone now. He's in the ground, but guess what? Julio Foolio don't have to go serve 24-hour lockdown. He don't have to eat the food that they're eating at prison. Honestly, I'm not going to say Julio Foolio came out a winner because he's gone. But in the end, all of them pretty much is in the damn near same boat. Because when they leave there, they're going to probably leave there the same way Julio Foolio left Tampa, Florida. They're going to leave. The only way they're going to leave prison with the way things are looking now is in a body bag. So in the end, you're going to grow old. You're going to pretty much serve the rest of your life at a Florida prison. And now you pretty much threw everything away. And for Isaiah Chance, before I end this right here, y'all know Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews had a baby. Alicia Andrews had the baby in jail. I'm pretty sure the reports are saying that her mother took the baby. So Isaiah Chance would never get a chance to hold his baby as a free man. He's going to always be behind that glass and be like trying to talk to a child that he's never met in his life. You got to think about that. And like I said, Alicia Andrews got away. I think that she was the luckiest one because she only got charged with manslaughter. As y'all know, she was actually, I think tomorrow she goes to court. I think it's May 11th when she goes to court. So she'll be in court tomorrow because her attorney is trying to get a new trial. I think Alicia Andrews should take what they're giving her. Being that what they just give, but what they're about to give them, I would definitely take whatever it is that they about to go in and give me. Because in the end, I did not get a life sentence. And if she might want to be lucky and thank God. And when she get her ass out, she might want to start going to church and start changing her life and get away from these gang culture. But hey, man, thank y'all again for listening to the Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. This is the Julio Foolio. All four defendants has been found guilty of first-degree murder. Next, as we go to the penalty phase, make sure y'all tune in this week. It's going to be a big, big week for them. They'll find out whether they're going to get life in prison or they're going to get the death penalty. The only one that I think that possibly that they could push for the death penalty for is Sean Gathright, the youngest one out of all of them. I think that, honestly, he will be the only one that I feel like could possibly get the death penalty. But in the end, I think that they're going to get life plus 25, life plus 30. But y'all let me know what I think. Somebody just said in the chat, 8:30. So guessing this right here is when Alicia Andrews will be in court tomorrow at 8:30. Hopefully, I'm gonna tune in tomorrow. Thank you again, Kristen Vasquez. But if that's when she's going to be in court tomorrow at 8:30, I want to see what's going to happen the next phase in her situation. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, Alicia Andrews' name came up a lot in this trial. Her name came up. And to be honest with you, before I let y'all go, it seemed like her boyfriend was kind of throwing her under the bus because his lawyer was pretty much saying, that ain't Isaiah Chance's phone. That's Alicia Andrews' phone. That ain't Alicia. I mean, He didn't use his phone. Isaiah Chance never used this phone. This right here was Alicia Andrews' phone. So her name came up a lot in this trial right here. So I'm telling y'all, she's damn sure lucky that she pretty much is getting away with what she got away with, which was manslaughter. But hey, she said, where's Ace hiding? Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Say this and I'm gonna let y'all go. I can see them probably putting together a RICO. I'm not saying they will, but I can definitely see them putting together a RICO for Young and Ace, because Young and Ace name, Young and Ace, what's the other two guys that's with ATK or 1200 name came up a lot in this trial. When I tell y'all they talked about Young and Ace for damn near like 2 days. When I said they talked about this dude for 2 days, they talked about Young and Ace for damn near 2 days straight. I'm talking about nothing but his music. Young and Ace said this. And I'm talking about, man, to be real with you, that kind of helped them pretty much convict them with Young and Ace's music. He was releasing music, pretty much talking about the murder. And you'd be like, how did he know that? How did he know that fast? The only people that pretty much knew this was somebody that was there. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I just think that Young and Ace, you know, they can possibly put together a RICO for him. I'm not saying they are, but they could be. She said he's in Texas to be a gamer. Hey, listen, Young and Ace is out here living his life, y'all. Young and Ace is about to get ready to have his second child. He's about to get ready to get married, his fiance. So Young and Ace is living life. He deleted the entire 6 block. He deleted the entire 6 block. Julio Foolio was the last one out of 6 block, and they deleted him. So now Young and Ace really have nothing else. Don't get me wrong, yes, 6 blocks is all gone, but ATK is all locked up. So it's like you look at it, you like, damn, he really don't got nobody to beef with no more. Yeah, he's gonna keep on talking about Julio Foolio and Don Julio and posting all this right here, but he don't have nobody to beef with no more. 6 block has been wiped off. And then you got pretty much, you know, you got his crew is locked up. So, but hey, man, thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle podcast. Make sure y'all go to the Facebook page, like, subscribe, YouTube channel, like and subscribe, man. Thank y'all again for tuning in to the Winner Circle podcast. The Julio Foolio trial has been completed. But hey, we're going to talk a little bit about the penalty phase this week. So make sure y'all tune in to the Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Peace.
Mr. Diggs, we're on in 5. Mr. Diggs. Vegas can't be choosers but grub.